Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Ade Oladipo, brought to you by Undisputed.
Morning, babes. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. All right, quick bit of news. Listen up, people. Very important. Over the years, a lot of you guys have reached out to me about doing some sort of meetup. And I've always I'm not quite sure. I've stalled on it. And look, I'll be honest with you. The reason I've not done it is because I have nightmares about booking a venue and 10 people turning up. I'm not joking. So that's the reason I've not done it. But over the last few months, I've got more emails, more DMs about doing this meetup. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. So we are doing it. The date is September the 4th. The venue is called King's Place in London. And hopefully you guys turn up. Hopefully it's more than 10 of you. The venue only holds 200. I say only because I anticipate that we're going to fill it. I'm confident we fill this venue. But yeah, my nightmare is still that 10 people turn up. So it's going to be the Green Chair on tour with me and a host of special guests. I'm hoping that I can get like 5 or 6 very special guests. And when I say very, I'm going to reach out to AJ. I'm like, AJ, I need you for 10 minutes. Fuck it, 5 minutes. I need you. So yeah, I'll give you guys a lot more information in the next couple of weeks. But put that one in your diary, please. September the 4th in London, King's Place, 200 tickets. I'll let you know about ticketing and stuff and how it works. But the plan is we do one in London and then we do one up north somewhere. But yeah, September the 4th, hopefully more than 200 of you turn up. All right, let's see what they're... Oh, by the way, the look back episode 3 is up. We did Oleksandr Usyk versus AJ. A load of you are watching it. A load of you are liking it. If you haven't watched it, please do. I'll put the link up here somewhere. On Usyk, this is a perfect segue because Tyson Fury is in Turkey at the moment. Everyone's there for this IBA convention. Jazza Dickens fights on that card. Jazza Dickens coming off that really good win against Zelfa Barrett, fights the unbeaten, I've got his name written down here, Albert, I'm going to butcher this, Batagaziev, who's unbeaten. But Jazza Dickens, good fighter. Anyway, everyone is out there. I'm not joking. If you look on their social media, Terence Crawford's out there. Conor Benn is out there. Trezor is out there. Fury's obviously out there. Who else have I seen out there? Johnny Nelson, Ben Whittaker. Everyone is out there. Tyson Fury, I've literally just watched this. I did a Scrum interview. I miss Tyson Fury. I really do. I actually love Tyson Fury. I know everyone associates me with AJ, being an AJ fanboy. But trust me, I love Fury. Not the same, because it's different. The AJ thing for me is obviously British Nigerian like myself, so I gravitate to him. But I just love Fury as a personality. I love him as a boxer. And I'd love to see him have a couple more knocks. But he spoke about the fact that he spoke about his health, which was interesting, which is important as well. Not a lot of fighters talk about their health as much as they should. And Fury's had a few really tough fights. I mean, both of those fights against Usyk were very tough. The Wilder fights, I think we've seen how much those Wilder fights have taken out of Wilder. I mean, they took out a lot out of Fury as well. So he spoke about his health. He spoke about the fact he's comfortable. He's won every single belt in boxing. But then when he spoke about Usyk, you can almost see his eyes light up a bit. It's a bit like when I speak to AJ about Usyk, especially after AJ lost to him the second time. There's almost this, anger's not the right word, but there's this, maybe just disappointment that both of them got beat, especially Fury. Prior to the Usyk fight, there were genuine discussions as to where Fury ranks as one of the best heavyweights of all time. Now that he's been beaten by Usyk back-to-back, those discussions are no more. But he didn't really seem interested in the AJ fight. There was no interest. I don't know who it was that asked him about AJ, and it's like, no. I think someone said, do you regret not fighting AJ? And he was like, no. As soon as someone mentioned Usyk to him, he said that is the only fight that he would come back for. All right? Again, Usyk does it to these guys. That's the only fight, which leads me to believe that everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean AJ, Fury, Parker, Caballel, Bacoli, everyone isn't making a decision until Usyk Dubois done. Honestly, as soon as Usyk Dubois is over, then I think fights will be announced just like that. Just like that. And it'll be interesting to see if Fury gets announced. It'll be interesting to see if there is appetite for Fury Usyk 3, right? As opposed to AJ Fury, right? But yeah, that's the one fight he wants. He spoke about him wanting a fair crack. The fight has to be in England. He thinks he was robbed, especially in the second fight. The first fight for me was... Then again, I'll say this about the first fight, yeah? When you watch it, because of that round 9, it looks like Fury's just been destroyed in that fight. Again, if you score it round for round, so round 9 was a 10-8 clear, right? But if you go back and score that fight round for round, it isn't as one-sided as it looks because of round 9 and I think round 10. No, round 9 and I think round 8, but round 9 being the round. So look, he's lost close fights to Usyk, but he thought he won the second fight. I know because I was the guy in the ring and he walked out. He didn't even want an interview. He walked out. He was so angry. So he wants a bit of get back there. So look, AJ Fury, although I still harbor ambitions that fight will happen, I don't think it will. Fury Usyk 3 seems to be more likely if Usyk comes through. Even if Usyk doesn't come through, although I think Usyk will call it quits after the fight, even if Usyk doesn't come through, I think Fury might push to have that trilogy. And it's not often you want to see a trilogy when someone's already winning the battle 2-0, but I mean, I'd be interested in it. Obviously, I'd be more interested in Fury AJ, but I'd be interested in it. Go and watch the interview. It's on Boxing Social. I think it's probably on everyone's page because there's so many mics there during that scrum. But yeah, you know, just hearing from Fury, it does make me miss him. It really does. Like the British boxers over the last decade have dominated heavyweight boxing. Obviously, Usyk's the outlier in this. But if you think about even just British-based boxers, right? I mean, so by saying that, I guess I can chuck in Bacoli and Parker to the equation. But me growing up, it was all about American boxing. And then it kind of went European with the Klitschko's. But I grew up and it literally was American heavyweights. And they have vanished from the face of the earth. Like, really and truly. I mean, obviously, Wilder had his run. Andy Ruiz beat AJ, but that kind of just ended straight after he won, didn't he? Put on like 50 pounds and that vanished. Jared Anderson, not really. Big Baby Miller's had his moments, but not really. When you look at, in the last decade, look at over here, the amount of heavyweights that we've produced. Obviously, Fury and AJ are the top dogs, but Chisora's had some decent fights. Dillian White's had some decent fights. And now we've got the emergence of Fabio Wardley and Moses Atalma, Daniel Dubois. Again, Bacoli's based in Scotland. Bacoli. It's been an incredible run. But one thing he did say as well, someone asked him the question about Dillian White and Moses Atalma. And although Moses is a big favourite, I think some of the points he made were valid. Like he said that Dillian White can hit very, very hard to the head and to the body. It's a big step up for Moses. And could it be a similar situation to Bacoli, Jared Anderson? I can kind of understand the comparisons. Although I don't think White is where Bacoli was. And I think Moses, it's difficult to say that he's better than Jared Anderson at that stage because Jared Anderson at least had fought someone. Moses hasn't done it, but I can understand the comparison. But look, good interview, go and watch it. Brian Norman Jr., I know I can go even further than this. Yeah, this seems to be his time. Seems to be the Brian Norman moment that he's waited for. That knockout, I think, really just opened doors. Because if he went there and he won, say, even a comfortable points decision, I don't think there's going to be that much interest. Like, we got him on the Ariel and Ade show, and I think it's because of the knockout, if I'm honest with you. And I think that knockout reverberated around the world, and all of a sudden now he's got a Devin Haney fight, big money fight in, I think it's in Saudi Arabia. We'll see. We'll see if he even hopes and wants and tries to go for undisputed, or if he's like, just give me the fun fights. Fun fights being Teofimo Lopez, fun fights being Ryan Garcia, fun fights being Conor Ben. There's a lot of money to be made if you're Brian Norman right now. Like, being in the Brian Norman business could be very, very good for Top Rank. Jack Catrol aware Josh Taylor trilogy fight will likely be available. Obviously, Jack Catrol takes some Harlem Eubank this Saturday. July is a madness, by the way. I'm going to do a separate video about just the fights we have in July. Like, honestly, it's crazy. Like, really, really crazy. I don't know why the Josh Taylor trilogy would even be like thought of. Josh Taylor got soundly beaten in his last fight, like soundly beaten. So I'm not quite sure. If I'm Jack Catrol, honestly, I try and make 140. If he comes through this one, make 140 and have another run. Like, go for it again. Have another run at 140. How old's Jack? I know it was his birthday the other day. If I'm typing this and Jack's 33, then I get it. 32. There's not long left, is there? So maybe it could just be a case of filling your boots financially. But if you're Jack, surely you want to find a route to a world title. Like, surely that's the aim. And I think that aim is probably easier at 140 than 147. So what I'm basically trying to say is I don't think a Josh Taylor fight should be on the horizon. I feel like he should be looking past that. If Josh Taylor won, fair, but he didn't. Rebranded Matchroom moves forward with the times. I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to go to Central London, but I was just busy with the Club World Cup and help them host that event. Look, you know, one thing I will say about this, I've seen a lot of people like, is that it? You know, rebranding just doesn't mean a new logo. It means sort of changing a few things behind the scenes as well. I've sat down with Eddie, not a lot. Obviously, I've been working for Matchroom for about 4 years, I think it is. My first Matchroom event, Eddie's Back Garden, was that 4 or 5 years ago? And the few times that I've actually sat with Eddie, like just a one-on-one conversation, whether it be at the airport or just ringside, his desire and want to be the biggest promotional company in the world is like none other. And when I say I don't just mean boxing, I mean everything. So I'm talking about the UFC as well. Like, he looked and continually watches the UFC and he's like, why isn't Matchroom that? Do you know what I mean? I think he wants Matchroom, and it's going to be very difficult. See, like the way when people talk MMA, they actually say the UFC, which is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Like, they don't look at the UFC as a promotional company. They look at UFC as MMA, although there are so many others. I think that's what he wants Matchroom boxing to be. I think that's his plan. Will he achieve it? I don't know. It's a difficult one when you've got Top Rank and PBC and big ones, Golden Boy around, Queensbury. It's going to be very difficult. But I tell you now, his will and want and desire, and this isn't me arse licking, because I could say the same thing about Bob Arum, because, I mean, Bob's been doing it for 70 years nearly. Frank Warren's been doing it 40, 50 years. They've all got this desire to be number one. And I think they're going to have to share the spoils because all of them are very, very big. All right. Anything else? I think that is it. Yeah, that is it. I'm going to film Ade and Gman today being Wednesday. I'll again do the Q&A myself. I do fly to America for the Club World Cup semi and final on Saturday. Wish me good luck. And then obviously I come back and it's Usyk Dubois fight week as well. So very, very busy, but busy is good. Peace.
Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now.
Ade Oladipo, brought to you by Undisputed.